What's going on? What's going on? All right, so you probably noticed the background's a little different. This isn't my car today. I'm driving somebody else's. All right, so this is what we pretty much have. Today I wanted to talk about the Katt Williams situation, and I don't know, man. I kind of have. Okay, for those of you who don't know already, before we begin, of course, always make sure you can hit that subscribe button with your knuckles if you can. You're an excellent puncher with knockout accuracy. Let's get into it. All right, so when I watched the Katt Williams interview, I kind of felt like this was a guy who was a former, okay, Katt Williams, as far as I can remember back, was a very, of course, he's a funny dude. That's a given. The reason he got to where he was in the first place, which, you know, was the top comedian, was because dude is hilarious. So with that said, when I watched the interview, I kind of felt like Katt Williams, he came off real negative, man. Like, he seemed like he was hating almost, but some of the things that he was saying kind of made sense. Which I don't know how much of that he fabricated. I mean, I've seen Charlamagne the God. He gave him the donkey of the day, which I thought was freaking hilarious. And I didn't go back and watch the interview until after, the second time, until after I heard the donkey of the day. So I'm watching it like, yo, this dude is hating. Like, yo, he was just throwing dirt all over everybody's names. He threw dirt on Hannibal Buress, if you saw the interview, of course. Katt Williams. He threw the dirt on, what the hell is that new, the comedian lady's name that's in the movie with Kevin Hart that just came out? But he threw dirt on her. He threw shit every goddamn where. And my first thought of it was, he went on his tirade about all the things he had done and all these accolades and accomplishments he had, which I had never even heard of most of these accolades. Like the most movies, recorded comedy shows or comedy specials or something like that on HBO, and he had like 9 or some shit, or some abstract number of shows, which I don't know, it could be true. I don't follow Katt Williams comedy like that anymore. I used to. But this is a guy, man, who just comes off like a hater. And the thing is, what I'm noticing with these celebrities, like when it comes to comedy, it seems like there can only be one top celebrity in comedy. Like, when it comes to like African American comics, there's only one, male and female. So if you got like a Kevin Hart, he came at the tail end of Katt Williams. Like when Katt Williams was on his way out of the door, Kevin Hart stepped right in. And it was interesting to see that, because with that said, it's always been one of them situations where it's like, you know, dudes start to hate whenever somebody starts taking over. So I'm like, yo, I don't understand. I'm not sure what's going on with this dude. To me, I kind of get the sense that dude was on drugs of some sort for a minute. He looks like a shell of himself, or how he used to be. And with that said, man, like, dude just doesn't seem like he's all the way there. Then he had that whole riff that he had with the 14-year-old beating his ass and putting him in a rear naked choke. That shit was crazy. So, man, I'm not quite sure what's going on with Katt Williams right now, man, but the dude looks like, to me, he needs some help. And the way he came off in that interview, he was still funny when he was clowning the Wanda chick. She was getting roasted, and it was hilarious. Definitely worth watching the interview just for the roast. But, man, dude he just seems like a former shell of himself, man. He don't seem like he's all the way there anymore. I had heard something a while back. I don't even know if it was true, but he took a shit on a hotel's floor or something like that. And yo was caught on surveillance doing some craziness. Man, I don't know what's up with this cat, man. But my thing is this. His circle, they need to be thoroughly examined, because whoever let him get up there and do that interview, he's working with a circle. Like, all these guys have teams of people, either people they know or people that work for him or whatever, that tell him what's a good move and what's not a good move. Every celebrity has a team behind them, let alone other celebrities to give him advice. Katt Williams has a team. Whoever approved or authorized him to go in this interview in this state really needs to be examined for real, man, is if they close to him or not. Because to me, it kind of seems like they set him up for failure. I mean, if you knew dude was this fucked up, you know, to go out there and throw dirt on everybody, man, you know, I kind of feel like you're not really his friend. But I mean, this could have been a situation where maybe dude did this for publicity. We live in an age now where all you got to do is get your name in, you know, the top mentions, or the, you know, news or whatever, and it's going to boost your sales, man. Like, I kind of feel like that's where it went. Maybe that's what the situation was. Yeah, but I also think the way it was done was sloppy as hell. And I think he burned a lot of bridges instead of helping himself. So, I mean, you always got to be careful when you start smearing dirt everywhere, because when you do that, people don't want to help you and shit. And you got like a lot of opposition that goes against you. So, man, that's my whole take on the whole entire thing. I think Katt Williams came off like a hater in the beginning of the interview. Of course, the roast at the end, dude was going in on this chick, man. And he kind of seemed hostile the whole interview. So I don't feel like that roast was, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm bugging, but I feel like he just spazzed for no goddamn reason. Like, dude just started leaning on the chick Wanda. And I'm like, yo, maybe it's a part of the interview we're missing. Maybe that could have been a situation, because, sometimes they leave out stuff that antagonizes somebody and they just post a backlash because that's going to get the most attention or traffic to their whatever they're doing. But man, either he's on some serious drugs, or there's something that was done to antagonize this man that was cut out. But he went on a tirade against this chick, man. He asked if the wig came with the headphones she was wearing at the radio station. He talked about like how the jewelry she got on $15. Yo, he went in on this chick, man. So I don't know, man. With that said, Katt Williams, man. I remember when this cat was like, when he used to do interviews, the dude was very like, he was very laid back and chill, and he wasn't like hating on nobody and no shit. But it just seems like that's changed. So, I mean, it could be a combination of the drugs, the people around him, and hate. That's very much a possibility. Or it just could be somebody needs to get this cat some help. So what do y'all think, man? Let me know in the comment section what you believe. What do you think about the whole entire scenario? How funny on a scale of 1 to 10 was that roast? Because I haven't seen a roast that good in a long time. It was a good one. So, of course, again, like, comment, subscribe. Hit me with a, any opinion you may have, and I'll be glad to respond to you when I get time. Meanwhile, y'all take it easy. Peace.